grind start off.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's time for another It's Base Spotlight. Today, we're going to be looking at Lost in the Open. New game right now, and I'm here with the developer, Raphael. Welcome to the show, Raphael. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So, tell us a little bit about this game. I checked it out a little bit earlier today, and it gave me certain vibes, but I want to know what your concept was behind it. Lost in the Open.
Sure. So Lost in the Open is a project actually we worked on for like quite a while, and it started out as essentially a hobby project that I was working on when I was actually studying in the US for like a year. So it was back in 2020 when I started like working on it as a student. And then 2021, I started like reaching out to people on like Discord servers, forums, and so on, and found at that time the art director who's still like with the project. And then we just kept working on it. Like I worked on it part-time while I was working as an IT consultant for a while. And just kept going. And then now in 2023, I went full time on it. And there's been like financial struggles to say that, but we have eventually actually gotten a publisher now. So we're going for a launch this year. So.
Awesome. It looks great. The beautiful art style. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's jump right into it. And so this is like is this like a demo, like an early build? Are you guys much further along than what we're going to see in the game?
This is like, I would say like alpha stage, but like it's quite far along. So it's somewhere between alpha beta, I would say.
All right. Okay, Token, you want to get started? Let's just jump in. Let's see what this is about.
I can describe maybe the genre a little bit.
Describe the genre while he picks a difficulty level. I honestly played it on the easiest level because I was like, it's like a strategy game, and it seems to take a lot of details into account, and I just wasn't sure I was going to get very far. But you probably can do a lot better than me, Token. So go ahead and pick whatever.
I might regret this, but I think I'm going for medium difficulty. I'm a badass.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can hear the nice sound effects. So right off the bat, there's a bit of story to this. You make some decisions. So it says earlier this day. That's okay. So you are just give us the story of like, because he skipped that bit. Just tell us what happened in the opening here. So there was an assassin. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what the setup is in terms of the story.
Sure. So essentially, you're a guy named Nervesk who's like not the best person. He's been raining his place called Rudome pretty badly, and this castle that you're seeing here in the bottom of the screen, this like big castle, that's called Strata Castle, and that's where you have been basically baited into being assassinated. So just like literally before the game started, there was an assassination attempt in that castle, but you managed to escape like miraculously. And so now basically the game is describing like what is what's the aftermath, what's going on, what's your purpose, kind of.
So there was an attempt on your life, and what it's doing is also setting up some sort of like conditions before you even start playing. Like you're wounded, so you start with lower health. And that's being just told to you. And is this kind of like let's talk a little bit about what kind of game this is as he's like going through that.
So it's a roguelike tactical RPG, which to kind of give like maybe more concrete, it's kind of like if you imagine a medieval XCOM combined with like FTL faster than light. There's like medieval XCOM, and then there's like a roguelike system to it. That's essentially the combination that we worked on.
Okay. And there seems to be, like you get some medical supplies, you get some gold, like this is all being told to you through the narrative, and then you start. So you have I can already tell maybe this is the difficulty, but he has different options of places where he can go.
Yep.
So what do you think? What do you think, Token? Where do you want to go? I see like a green fist over there. That looks promising.
That might
Recruit
be good,
event.
Let's get some more guys into our party.
Yeah, so you have 3 people. You have the king and 2 soldiers or bodyguards right now, right? So do you want to?
Yeah, that's right.
Why would you?
Definitely. You're a little bit unlucky here. You will not be able to buy 2 of them, but you can buy 1. So
Okay, I'll take
I see.
the Viking-looking guy. Hopefully, he's gonna be
Okay.
of help.
Then you have that looks bad because remember you're injured.
yeah,
So as you play, I noticed he got a little bit of health back. Yeah, he's getting some health back as you travel. So this is a part of a mechanic of healing. Is that the only way you can heal?
it's the main way, but there are other ways too. But essentially, we don't want to give too much healing because we want the player to not always be fighting. There's like a survival kind of attrition element to the game. That's the idea.
Ah, I see. And so you're fleeing because they tried to kill you and they failed to do so. And I see on the map there's like a red area with looks like some cross swords that just showed up. What is that? If you don't mind telling us.
Those are your pursuers, the ones who are gonna basically finish the job. But they're not as fast as you, and they're not as they don't know like where you are, where you're going, so you're faster. So as long as you don't loiter around too much, you should be fine.
It's going to battle.
Bandits.
Okay, bandits. Ooh, and they go right away. So right off the bat, okay, so this is a hex, turn-based, and the facing appears to be very important. So tell us a little bit about the combat while he's playing and how it works, and what are the sort of unique. Oh my God, what are you doing? I think you're in trouble. No, I don't know. Maybe I don't. I'm not a tactician. It's okay.
The bodyguard that you have at the beginning of the game is very strong, so you will be fine if you don't do crazy stuff. but you're completely right. Like the facing is in a sense is kind of one of the main mechanics of the game that makes it stand out from other tactical RPGs like this. Usually the facing just doesn't matter, or like you can only flank in certain situations. But for us, it's like almost all of the tiles around you are like tiles that are gonna flank you. But yeah, so you have to move around. It's basically actually a square based. It's not hex based, but you can go like 8 directions around.
Oh, okay. So it's sort of like it's square, but the facing is octagonal.
Exactly.
Octodirectional. Yeah. I see a bunch of tips over here on the side. You haven't looked at those yet, have you?
Oh, yeah.
On the right side there?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah. Like a lot of tips
kind
there.
Of temporary tutorial system.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, we can shatter the armor.
Yeah.
Yep.
Distract enemies, which is good.
Yep.
There's a lot of different actions to take, so since it's the first time for me really playing the game, I kind of have to get a hang for what needs to be done here.
And there's looks like action points or something like XCOM where taking a certain action takes action points. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 20 there is like stamina. So you have to
stamina.
Act.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Yeah. It makes sense. Yeah.
So a little bit of a thing that not all tactical RPGs have is that you can't like movement and attacking share the same resource. So you can't move and attack like independently. So you have to be careful not to move too much, otherwise you'll not be attacking because you just know have the stamina for it.
Yeah, and so like in what way does the facing affect gameplay? Like for example, this guy with the axe here. He ended his movement facing directly to the right, but there's an enemy down to his lower right. Does that affect his defense if that guy attacks him?
Actually, you don't get any like effects exactly from being flanked. But what's gonna happen is, and what happened earlier is, the guy here who's north of the axe guy, he gains like significant damage bonuses if he attacks the brute, which is what he's gonna do because the AI understands like, oh, I'm gonna do a lot of damage. Oh, that's a nice hit. But yeah, so he's gonna do a lot of damage to your brute. he's a little bit in trouble, I would say, actually.
Yeah, your brute might be in trouble. And there's I think if so I see that square he can't move there. It's obstructed or something.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So
There's a
you're not
tree
gonna be able
there.
to move there. Yeah, there's a tree there.
Okay.
Go ahead. What are you gonna do?
I put myself in hot water, but now let's try and get out of it. Trying to.
Ooh, are you gonna
get
try and
this
move?
guy down. No, I think I have to kill this guy before I can move.
Oh
again.
yeah.
That would
There
be
you go.
ideal. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, now you're gonna get
They're just
hit
stupid
from behind.
bandits.
Oh, but
okay,
they're
yeah.
missing
They
you.
didn't do
They're missing
anything to
you.
me.
That is pretty
Yeah.
lucky, actually.
They're probably drunk. Drunk in the woods.
Redot in the X chat says game looks great. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the art style because it's very unique. It has almost like the quality of one of those, those old sort of medieval books like that would have the illustrations inside of it. Tell us a little bit about the art style and what the inspiration was.
So originally the inspiration was quite heavily Darkest Dungeon, actually, but over time you might see like elements of that perhaps with the characters, like with the darker eyes on the enemies, for example. But like over time we started trying to be a bit more essentially unique, and so now we're going for more of a like paper and basically what you said, like old medieval art.
Yeah.
That's kind of the dominant style for the characters, especially.
Yeah, and when you move to a space, when I played the demo, you can move to a space, and then after that, you decide what direction you want to face, right? So you have to plan those things in advance.
Yeah. So actually, I want to give you a tip token. Before finishing this turn, you can turn your character. Actually, it's not that super clear, like in the game that you can do that, but you can actually turn it even if you don't have any stamina.
Will that cost me? That doesn't cost any stamina points.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you see the arrow there? Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Dino, you're sorry.
No, Dino, in the chat, I'll read it for you. He says, did not mention Battle Brothers much. Is that something you played? Asking Dev.
Yes, it's a huge inspiration. I usually don't mention it because I feel like most people don't know about it, to be honest. Medieval XCOM is so much bigger, but yes, it's like a huge inspiration.
Yeah, I really liked. I haven't finished it, or I haven't played much of it, but Darkest Dungeon. I'm glad you brought that up because that's got a really, really cool aesthetic, and this kind of reminds me of that. Yeah, so I mean, take that as a compliment. So, okay, so we have facing is being considered. There's a lot of factors. So facing, I assume there's like abilities with cooldowns. Like I see that right there. He's got something that's got a 3 down at the bottom of the screen there. General, how do you pronounce his name?
Nervesk.
Nervesk. Yeah, some ability that's got a cooldown and then his standard attack. And also the directional button is right there. You could click on that to change his direction too. What other are there ranged attacks? I assume.
Yep.
Yeah, and that comes into. Did you lose one of your guys?
Yeah, he gets struck down.
Oh no. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he's injured only, so he hasn't died yet. So.
Oh, okay. So we can still save him. All right.
Can I do anything? All out. No, everything's too expensive for me to do from the actions.
But you're in a good position now. There's like obviously there's spots you can't move on to. Are there things that provide like cover or some kind of like defensive bonuses, like like I don't know, like a tree or shrubs or some like bushes, things like that?
Yeah. Right now there are actually none that are like positive. All of them are negative. So the mud that's like one tile below your bodyguard, the bodyguard on the right, that mud gives you like a pretty significant debuff. But yeah, we don't have like positives right now, but they'll probably come in the future.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So let's figure out like is he gonna make it? What are his odds? It doesn't look good.
It is looking good. Yeah,
It is looking good. Yeah.
I would say the beginning fights are not too bad. So
Oh.
it will get a lot worse.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
So and does the game have any like is it all like human enemies or are there things like animals or magical creatures or anything like that?
The game is low fantasy, so
Mhm.
there will be like some animals. Like you can fight like a bear basically, and you can also fight like wolves.
Mhm.
But there's nothing like magical. So mostly humans,
Mhm.
some animals, and then there are some a little bit later in uh, much later. There will be some enemies that are like slightly on the verge of like being a little bit mutated, but they're still human.
Mm. I just saw he did something pretty interesting. So speaking of like the facing, so
Mm-hmm.
if you are able to, can you if you have enough stamina, can you like move around behind someone, attack them, and get a bonus? Is that like what you're sort of encouraged to do?
Yes. So the king
Okay.
just flanked this
Yeah.
guy. He got a like 100% damage bonus from the back.
Yeah.
And oftentimes the way it works is it's actually like technically not worth like in terms of just raw damage you can do. Often it can be better to just attack instead of like trying to maneuver around. But
Mm-hmm.
by maneuvering around, you're setting yourself up for future turns. So the strength
Yes.
there is that you move around, you set yourself up in a much better position for the next turn, and then you'll just unleash crazy damage. That's something you should try to do.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do here. I'm learning. Like
Good stuff.
yeah.
And
I went in not really understanding how this whole positioning system works, but now I'm starting to get a hang for it. That's very interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, you see,
And
you're gonna like one shot this guy almost.
really? Oh, let's
Now,
see.
if you crit, you would, but
Ooh.
yeah, not.
Oh yeah, it's over.
There.
There you go. So this guy that fell, can he be saved? It looks like he's not dead, but is there like a chance he could die, or is it one of these things where you have to use an item, or how does that work?
So he's injured now, indicated by like that dash, that thing over his head.
Mm-hmm.
And he will always be injured when they're struck down the first time. But yes, as the text will say, it's a pretty long text. But essentially, if he's struck down again, then he's dead, and it's a
Oh.
guaranteed death. So there's like no
Mm.
RNG behind the injury and death system.
Yeah.
Ah.
So better keep him.
It looks like
in the back.
yeah, it
You
looks like
should,
one of
yeah.
your guys leveled up too.
Mm.
Yeah. So this is basically played in turns, right? So when you move to a new location, that's like a turn in like the macro scale, like moving from one
Yep.
on the world map to another, as well as in the combat. So if you level this guy, if you don't level this guy up now, but you click on the next location, then you can't level up. Is
Yes.
that right? Yeah.
That's
So you have
correct.
to do these. You have to do these things now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a mistake I made when I was playing. I didn't notice that my guys leveled up, and I just kept going. So.
Mm.
All right, so it's time to make a decision. So what I heard that this game is, well, I saw when you started up, is running on the Unity system. So what do you
Mhm.
what do you think about the the engine? Do you think it's serviceable for this? I don't know, like if you like the way it turned out. I mean, I think
Mm.
it looks great.
I think Unity is really strong for these kinds of games.
Mhm.
I think it's not the most efficient engine, which like the performance sometimes it's not the best in performance wise. So if you do make certain games that are like more heavy, yeah, it's not the
Mhm.
best engine. But for like this kind of game, I feel like it's probably the strongest engine. Like Unreal Engine, I'm guessing would be more complicated doing like simpler stuff. So there's a lot of like tips, like little tricks you can do in Unity. That's pretty
Oh, a
nice.
random encounter. Is that something that happened as you're traveling? These like
Uh,
random encounters?
In this case, actually, this is like a teaser for the narrative, which we've not implemented.
Mm.
So essentially, what happens is like when you were like they tried to assassinate you earlier in the Strata Castle. You got an injury, and this injury is you're running around with this injury right now. But
Mhm.
there, like in the kind of narrative behind the game is that you're gonna have these guys who you're seeing in this picture. They're basically trying to save you in a sense, but in return, you kind of have to redeem yourself for the stuff you did when you were a ruler over Rudom. So it's kind of like a redemption story. So this is like the teaser for that.
I see. So yeah, because you said that he's not the best guy, but
Exactly.
this is like this game narrative is this, like when the final game comes out, this is the story that you'll be playing, right?
Yep.
Okay. So there appear to be different. It almost looks like a board game. Is that like something that you were thinking of too when you? It feels like one in a way where you move to different spaces and there's like things that happen. You know.
I haven't really thought about that too much actually.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it almost looks like it could be one too, right? With like, I don't know. It's very cool. I like that. So there are also, I noticed when you play, there's like decisions you make, you land in a certain space, and it's like, is there any RNG for these decisions? Like if it says try to avoid so and so, is there a chance you won't? And are there ways to like change that?
There's RNG for sure. There are not currently like ways to change that actually. But you can have like special items that unlock special options. Yeah, so we might get that depending on what he buys here in this trader, perhaps.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you see that there's like a shovel and a rope, so that's something you can use for certain scenarios.
You can never have enough shovels in games like this, so I'm definitely going to get that. And rope. Yeah, let's not be stupid. We need to be prepared. We're adventurous.
Right.
Can you? Are there things? Is it just uses like gold, or can you like sell things that you don't need? Like if you
can sell things, yeah. So you could, for example, now sell all your medical supplies, but I would actually recommend you use one at least or like 3 for your brute guy who's still limping along from his injury.
I was going to ask about that.
The medical supplies are being used passively. I don't have to use them on him, or
you have to actually just specifically for the injuries.
So the injury is a status effect, and the bandages remove the status effect, and he'll still heal over time. Will it heal like let's say you don't bandage him up and he stays injured, but he can still recover health, but if he goes down, he stays dead. That's sort of like the trade-off. Okay. So if you bandage his wounds, go ahead.
And in addition to that, if he doesn't bandage his wound, it's gonna turn into a permanent injury. So at that, then it's gonna be like permanent basically. So it's kind of the UI is not best for this, like with fixing the injury, but basically you right click the injury here in the portrait in the passive section.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Further down, like in the there's like passives, a bunch of icons here. Okay. Yeah, right click that. Hopefully everything works. Yeah, okay. There you go.
Oh, good.
So it's gonna take a while, but it will treat itself.
So now he's on the path to healing, and then he'll sort of be the same that he was like when you first got him over time. So okay, cool. Its Base asks, any info about the meta progression? Does it tie into the story?
We're probably not going to focus too much on meta progression, actually. It's going to be mostly like pure roguelike, where every run is kind of like contingent on itself. So there will be some things, but they're going to be mostly like not combat or anything like that. Yeah.
All right. All units have gained 20% of their max health. Looks like that was a good choice. Oh, you saw a doctor in the forest. Hey, I mean, it can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
What's different in that world?
Oh, you're looking for trouble now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm healthy enough. Let's fight.
Let's do another battle. Let's do it.
That's good.
So okay, so like what do you think the average sort of like length of like a playthrough, how long do you expect that would be?
To be honest, we're like not completely certain on it yet, but we know it's gonna be like at least a couple of days, probably. I mean, like let's say 20 hours. So you wouldn't play it like one day only. But yeah, it really depends kind of on where we go with development. Yeah.
Those are nasty looking bears with saber-toothed
Yeah,
teeth or
you gotta be careful
saber-toothed
there.
bears. Yeah, this is gonna be. Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want them to come to you? Yeah, let them come to you. That's right. Yeah, that
cool.
is. Oh no, another one. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, I think you're in trouble. I think you may have.
You might have to play this one really well.
You might have to. Yeah, I would suggest. Well, first of all, facing them, but also,
I learned.
Yeah, take them on one at a time. All right. So anyway, yeah. So the for those of you guys who are just now joining us, the game is called Lost in the Open, right?
Compression though is worth it here. Sorry.
No, it's okay. The game is called Lost in the Open, and it is a turn-based strategy game, sort of like taking inspiration from a game called Battle Brothers as well as XCOM. Were you a big fan of these kinds of games, or were you? Is there like this is the thing that you really wanted to make? Like you didn't think anybody was doing this?
It's a huge part of us being fans of this genre. Like me and the game designer, we played literally thousands of hours of like games that are tactical RPGs. So, and I'm a huge fan of Battle Brothers. I'm a huge fan of XCOM. Played a bunch. So yeah, it's just a super fun genre. Honestly, that's the main motivation. Holy shit! No. Everyone's stunned. This is gonna be rough.
Oh no!
Rough stuff here.
Okay. Yeah.
If he gets killed here, is he gonna start all over?
It might. Like
if all of your guys fall, are they just considered dead? I assume. Like if your whole party goes down.
Yeah, if your whole party is dead, you lose this run. Yeah.
What if the king goes down? Can the other guys win and save him, or is he dead? Is the game over because he's the main character?
If he's only injured, it's fine. But if he dies, no, you lose the game as well.
Yeah. And this game has permadeath on everybody else, right? Like if they die, yeah, then they're gone. That's like XCOM and Valkyria Chronicles. Yeah. I like that mechanic. It's actually I think the game I was talking about as well, Darkest Dungeon, I think that's also got permadeath. It's pretty hardcore. It's not for normies.
Nobody told me about the bears. It's a really good stun, though. It's a good stun.
Here we go again with the bears. We keep running into this bear problem.
Might be worth doing the armor here as well. I don't know. Yeah, this is a difficult one.
Yeah, I mean that leaves me with less AP to attack, but you're right. Let's play it safe. Those bears are pretty strong.
So that shield he did blocking, is that something that's just on for the turn, or does that is it just until his next turn that he's blocking?
It lasts for 2 turns, and the turn system is kind of like the turn ticks down at the end of your turn, but only. So he'll have it for basically 2 turns. It's quite strong actually.
That does sound pretty good. Yeah. And it doesn't matter though. Bears are too strong.
I'm getting wrecked.
Yeah.
Bears win again.
Yep. So what about can he save his game, or is it because it's a roguelite you just start over and it's like a slightly different scenario, like in terms of what are the elements that change on a new playthrough?
The whole map is gonna change. So you're gonna have like different most things are gonna change with that. There will be saving, but you can we want to eventually have Iron Man mode, so you can choose if you want to lose permanently. Yeah. Ooh, is he gonna?
What's a? Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he what's a generally good strategy? When I played it, I was I was very defensive. So when the matches would start, I would get my guys organized and just wait until they came to me. I fought mostly like bandits, but there was one fight with a guy with a spear, and he was able to reach like 2 squares or 2 spaces away, and I had to take that into consideration. But that's generally that's how I play. I bottleneck them, like maybe like bring them to where they have to, if there's like some obstructions. What do you think is some good advice? Because I think he's gonna die, so he's gonna need some advice when he starts again. But other than like, don't fight bears. So that's the one.
Yeah,
that's one piece of advice. Yeah.
You had a bit unlucky actually. I think maybe the fight that you like ran into, it might have said like, "Oh shit, you're gonna fight bears," something, and like give you the option to flee or something.
And you were like, "No."
This was a rough one.
Like they're not called bears. They had like a fantasy name, and I thought, how hard can it be? You know, fight whatever they're called. But apparently, it turns out very hard.
They're obviously prehistoric super bears, Barosaurus rexes.
No, for sure. But some strategy. I actually think you did really well the first fight. Like you started flanking people. Flanking is super powerful in this game, especially because of the way the armor and the health like play together. So we like we haven't had like time to talk about the armor, but basically the armor system has it has a flat reduction. So if you do small little attacks, it doesn't do anything against the armor. It's really weak against armor. But if you go through the armor, then you have no like flat reduction anymore. So it's really important to like pierce through the armor as quickly as you can. So in this case with these bears, they have a ton of armor. And what you want to do is basically pierce through the armor as quickly as you can, and then try to kill like one after the other. But it's just been rough.
Yeah, you're gonna kill. You might kill one. Well, okay, so
just have take one with me.
Yeah, you should,
maybe because he looks like that one ran away, and now you got to face these other guys. So the way the armor works is, how does damage work, and then compare that to the armor. Yeah, you're just gonna make it a point to kill this one. Okay.
Demoralizes enemies. I might have a chance.
Yep. There you go. You got one.
And then demoralized.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, tell us about the damage and armor systems. How do they work?
So you have a stat called armor rating, which is usually just given by your armor, by your equipment, and then depending on how much armor rating you have, you'll get some amount of like this armor bar here that's underneath the red bar. So in this case, he has like 127 armor, the Arsalan. And you get that at the beginning of the fight, and then that's it. You have that for the rest of the fight. And yeah, it's kind of like a separate health bar, basically. That's your armor. Yeah.
Okay, so when you attack with a weapon, does it like, can you sort of see the meta? Like, oh, the weapon does this much damage, and then the armor is this much. So like how would you do the math on that? Is there like some RNG in the damage that comes into play? Because you mentioned, well, we'll look when another fight starts. I'll look at it. I'm just curious, but like then because I don't know, it's kind of neat to like be able to look at the system and see, to better plan your attacks and stuff. When you said that the armor, if you don't overcome the armor like a certain amount, then it does nothing. But once you do, it reduces the armor by how much you beat the number by. Is that how it works, or?
Yes, exactly. So you wanna basically like high damaging hits can be very important for like destroying armor. So you want to make sure you don't have too many like small little hits. You want to have some anti-armor basically, especially against bears because they have like the thickest skin in this world essentially.
Can you improve armor and like equipment for your characters, like get better armor and shields and things like that?
Yep. Hopefully we will get to see that in this run.
Yeah. Let's see. You might get jumped. This happened to me. I found some deer in a clearing, and I went to investigate it, and I got jumped by thieves when I played. So it was a trap. So then, okay. Well, we'll see what happens. So, what are you gonna pick? Let's see. It says I have reason to believe that my son has been kidnapped by men in this neck of the woods. My men have found a few camps, though we know not of which my son has been taken to. It's unfair to me to ask, but I am desperate. So what are you going to do? Are you going to help him?
Well,
attack him?
I am a man on the path of
Redemption?
redemption, yeah. So I'm gonna try and help the guy.
All right. A sigh of relief. I wish we could accompany you. Our house is not as strong as it once was, and these are the last of the guards sworn to our blood. If they fall, I fear there will be little hope for my son or me to ever return home. I know how selfish that must sound. Thank you truly. One of my men will escort you to the camp. So you got like a guy to help you out. It's pretty cool.
Right.
Let's attack the bandit camp. I hope the guy that he sent you doesn't suck.
We'll see if he joins you even.
I hope he has a ranged weapon.
Yeah, he might turn on you.
Needed.
I think he's like gonna observe.
No, you got a wait. No, it's just you three.
Yeah,
just you and your two men.
He just showed me the way.
Okay.
Okay. No bears. I think we should be good. This.
Do you want to get in his face?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna let them come and
position yourself.
Yeah, that's good. I'll give talking about the armor and stuff a little bit. The reason why the raised shield, it might sound like it's not that strong. It only gives 30 protection rating, but the thing is, it works really well with your armor because protection rating basically reduces the amount of percent damage the enemy does, and that is combined with the flat amount of damage that's reduced by the armor rating. So it's kind of double dips. So it's actually really strong to do raised shield, especially against bandits. They don't have the strong attacks.
Oh, he's stunned. So if he's stunned, that means he loses a turn?
Yep.
Okay.
The classic mechanic.
Yeah. And I saw also, well, when you're in an enemy's like threatened area, if you try to leave, they get an attack on you. Is that like normal, or not like something that relies on an ability? Oh,
yep.
You don't have any more points, man. But you can face him at least. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, and you'll destroy him next turn. So that's a good move, I would say. Yeah.
Oh, and look at this. You can do the same with this guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is going to be an easy piece of cake.
Yeah. It's their turn. What are they going to do? Well, they can't leave. I mean, I guess they could try, but then they'll get attacked, right?
Yep.
So I saw that he turned sideways. Is that just to like reduce the flank a little bit?
Yep.
So it's not as bad? Okay.
Yeah, the AI understands like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
That looks good. Yeah, I think you're going to win this one. Pretty easily.
Yeah.
Hopefully get something out of it.
But to be fair, I did reduce the difficulty as well, but the balance needs to be pretty balanced.
I think you could have done it on a higher one. I think you could have done it.
No, I'm scared, but yeah, probably.
No, I get it. I
think I can take out this guy now. Yeah, he's dead.
Boom, nice. He's dead. All right. So, yeah. And finish this guy off.
Heroic strike doesn't do anything because nobody's there to.
So this guy's armor that you're beating up, it just dropped to 16. So the more you defeat the armor, the more damage gets through. So now he's basically like completely done.
Yep. He's crushed.
Yeah, he's totally crushed. So how does that, when you miss, like if there's a missed attack, that's not the armor necessarily like affecting their chance to hit. That's based on something different?
Yes.
A different factor? Okay. Like there's like an agility or something. So I think there are there's like different types of soldiers or units. What are some of the different kinds of units that you can get?
So you can get some fast, speedy boys. They're like the bounty hunters that want to have like speedy. Then you can get the big and bulky. That was the guy we saw last time with the axe. He's like pretty big and bulky. And then you have the 2-tile guy, and then you have ranged units too. But we haven't seen any ranged actually, for whatever reason.
Yeah, you haven't seen those yet for whatever reason.
We'll get there hopefully.
Okay, let's take a look. I got a comment on the stream here. This game, basenerds.net says this game is truly a return to form. Yeah, that's
right.
the best compliment anybody could give.
That's good.
And there was something else. Basenerds.net also says games look good. At which stage is it at? Is it already out? I think he's like just now arriving on the stream.
It's like kind of somewhere in alpha beta. It's like you can play it and it works, but there's a lot of things we want to add still.
And how do you guys what's the plan for releasing it? What else do you want to do to besides finish the game itself? Like, do you have like marketing ideas, or are you going to add like some I don't know, like more art? There's a lot of really great art in this game right now.
I actually I can't share too much because we have a publisher and they kind of control their release date and stuff like that. So they want to decide that. I can't say too much, but yeah.
I think you're gonna win this one too.
Yeah.
Recon asks, what is the big difference between difficulties? So what's the difference?
It's essentially the biggest difference is the way the enemy scales. So you basically fight harder enemies later. Like it just scales like less. And then there's also some other things, like things are cheaper. You heal a little bit more when you move between nodes and so everything is just made a little bit easier. But for the most part, the enemies are the same strength. It's just that you don't fight the stronger guys. You fight them later.
Yeah, I see.
We're going kind of the battle mode route because it's kind of a bit cop out, like in some games where you have like this super high difficulty or low, and like the enemies just totally different stats, and like they're just
they're just damage sponges. It just takes a bunch of hits to kill, and they just do. I think that's a really lazy way to do difficulty. I mean, if you're not going to do it with the AI, like where maybe they're just smarter, then just scaling up like their hit points and damage. I think that's just a lazy way to do damage. It just doesn't feel like I don't want to say fair, but I don't know how else to put it.
Yep. No, I agree.
Yeah. So I'm glad you guys did it that way. So instead, you have essentially tiers of different kinds of enemies, from the guys at the bottom, which are like the bandits or whatever, and then towards the top you have like bears. Like, what other kinds of you mentioned range enemies? We haven't seen them yet. Maybe we will in this playthrough. But what other are there like things like siege engines or like really big guys? I don't know. Maybe named characters, like heroes.
You can fight some like special characters in some scenarios, but for the most part, you'll just be fighting you'll basically be fighting different factions, and that's the main thing. And each faction has their like strength and weakness. Another faction I haven't mentioned, but that we're working on, it's called like Polyomians, and they're going to be highly armored, highly like battle line. They really prefer like orthodox, I guess, battlefield tactics.
Kind of like Romans, like Roman centurions with the phalanx or whatever.
Yeah, they have like huge shields, and so that would be like the opposite of that would be the bounty hunters who are gonna try to flank you as much as possible. I have a bunch of abilities around that. Yeah,
very cool. And when so like right now you have like so many action points or stamina is like action points. When they level up, you can increase that so that your guys can take more actions and things like that. Is that like what you get for leveling up?
You can increase it, but not always. It's kind of a little bit random what kind of upgrades you get. So hopefully, like after he's going through a scenario that's quite lengthy, but after this scenario, when you have some time to level up, you'll hopefully see like some options for increasing your stamina. But stamina in general in these games is like usually the best thing. You just want to get as much like action points as possible. So we're pretty conservative when it comes to like giving out stamina.
Yeah, it changes the game a lot if you do that. Is what you're saying.
It can become really overpowered if you do it the right way.
All right. Token, do you have any questions as you're playing? It looks like you're feeling a lot more comfortable now.
Yeah, I've been quiet. I have to say, I really like this game, and getting the hang of the combat now. You were right. I should have picked the harder difficulty, but I didn't know that now I was only to deal with like
the
lowly
bears
again. Yeah,
the bears gave you
the
bears
my life.
Yeah, they gave you PTSD. Now you have to like.
I think I need counseling after this.
Yeah, exactly. So once again, guys, in case you don't know, the game is called Lost in the Open. It's a turn-based strategy game, kind of hardcore. A lot of games don't take into account, like not these days. The last time I saw, I remember my little brother, it was years ago. There was a game called Final Fantasy Tactics, and I think in that game you had to like be concerned with your facing. So he was really good at it. He played a lot of hours. And there's like others, I don't know if they were the same, but there was a Suikoden, Disgaea, but those are Japanese games. This is and also XCOM, which my wife is a big fan of. She loved XCOM. So yeah, this is I'm seeing more people in the indie space making games like this, a little bit more like hardcore, like maybe they miss this in the in the mainstream. So have you seen that too? Do you get that sense?
I have seen that, yeah. I wonder, I do wonder a bit why, because it wasn't that way maybe 5 years ago. I feel like it wasn't like, because now it's a little bit of a thing, like a hardcore game, in hardcore indie game. Yeah, I don't know why it's that way.
Yeah, I think
I enjoy it personally, so maybe that's
Yeah. Are you gonna jack this guy? It looks like you're gonna jack this guy.
I just moved and now I have 100%
damage
bonus. Yeah, instead of just 50 from the side. So why not?
There you go. Make him pay. You should beat him up and take his money.
That's the plan, yeah.
That's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, that's what they were gonna do. The tables are turned. All right. Well, it looks really cool. What I like the art style a lot. I can't, it's just like really pops, and I think it makes it stand out. Looks like you won, guys. All right.
We're still looking for the kidnapped son. This is the third camp, so hopefully.
Yeah, I think max is 4. I think it's like random if you find them, but so you might be. You'll see if you
find him.
Oh, there you go.
A young man bound and gagged, laying face down in one of the tents. His head is covered with a burlap sack. He squirms and muffles through his gap in panic, confused by the sounds of battle. Cool. You saved him. You carry him out of the tent, and as you begin freeing him from his binds, you are found by the nobleman. He rushes to his son, embracing him. Edgar, are you okay? His son responds, I am now, father. I am now thanks to this man, father. I told you that this was a bad... Hush, hush, lad. We will speak once we are safely home. The nobleman chuckles awkwardly, turning to face you. Uh-oh. Something sketchy is going on. You have done the Elderom family a great deed today. We will be eternally in your thanks. Please accept this reward. You gain 48 gold. Ask why his son is kidnapped or depart. What are you going to do?
We want to know what's going on here.
I think it's a short lore snippet.
Yeah, the nobleman's face goes red. Well, this does seem in the nature of bandits to take captives. I doubt there was any reason behind the crime. Press him. A twitch of nervousness. I would love to stay and discuss the motives of these ruffians, but we must be heading home. Thank you again. Continue. The nobleman and his son rush to leave, their guardsmen trailing after them. All right.
A mystery.
Yeah, it's a mystery. I guess we'll have to find out.
I think maybe if you had a special item or something, you could. I don't
I don't know. Maybe if you had something. Well, I think that this is a really good place to stop it here, because on the cliffhanger that is, what is the deal with that? But we're gonna wind down the stream now because we're at the hour. So once again, I want to remind everybody that's watching The game is called Lost in the Open, and I'm here with Raphael of your blackvoyagegames.com. We have the website is right there on the screen, so you guys can go check it out yourself. And what should people look out for in terms of like new information? Like, you guys have a timeline or anything like that for when the game you're hoping to release it or release a demo or something?
I actually don't have like any like deadlines coming up really soon, I think. There will be something, but the specific, I don't know. But like, let's say within a month, we will have some more information. We will definitely have updated demo because the demo that's on Steam right now is super old. So
yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. So there will be an updated one. All right. Yes. Well, all right. That sounds good. The game looks good. What do you think, Token? You have any final thoughts on this?
I think it's a really nice looking old school game, and everybody should check it out. Like I'm personally into turn-based games, so this feels right and very smartly designed. So thank you.
All right.
Nice.
Well, thanks guys for coming on. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your work. I love to see it. And thanks guys for joining. Please subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, follow us over on X. And also Raphael. Go ahead and do those things for us. We really appreciate it. Please give this a like, share it with your friends. And thanks guys for coming on the stream. We'll talk to you all in the next one. Have a good night, everybody. Oh yeah, and the next game jam starts April 4th. Make sure to follow us for more information on that soon. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. See you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Wait, are we offline? Somebody did something. I think we're still online. Let me see.